Okay, go ahead and read the first part for me.
For each section, I will announce the title of the section and the amount of time available to complete the section. When I say you may begin, you may start completing the tasks associated with that section. When I say candidates, please stop working, please stop completing any unfinished task. If you finish the task for a particular section before the allotted time has ended, step back and raise your hand to indicate that you are finished with that section. We will not move on to the next section of the examination until all candidates are finished with the section or the time for the section elapses.
Okay. So basically what they're saying is, number one, you're going to be timed on each part. If you finish before the time is over, it's okay. Step back and raise your hand. They're going to grade you. If you don't finish before the time is over, then you're going to not get those points. You have to do what they're telling you to do in the order that they're telling you to do it, in the time frame that they're telling you to do it, okay? So yes, take your time, but don't be slow pokey about it, okay? Go through the motions as if you would go through the regular motions like you're doing a regular facial, because that's what state board is. State board is just a regular facial chopped up into pieces with a mop coat wax added and some tweezing added. Okay, so everything that you do every single day in school is what you be doing with a few tweaks here and there. Okay, so I'm going to show you the state board way. Okay, and you may have some questions. So I thought we were supposed to do it this way. This is going to be the state board way. Okay, the way you do it at state board. How I'm going to teach you phase one when you get over to the spa will be spa tools and techniques. How you guys have been doing it since then, continue to do your spa that way. But this is going to be the way that you're going to do it at state board. Any questions? Yes, ma'am. So our question was, if we don't raise our hand to indicate that we're done, do they assume that we're not done? The answer is yes. You must raise your hand when you're complete. That's the only way that they're going to know that you're done with that test and be able to give you your points, okay? If not, and you don't raise your hand and they cut that time frame off, then you've lost those points. You don't get those points because you didn't, even though you went through all of it, in their mind, you didn't raise your hand and say you were done, so that means you went over the allotted time. So those points are not available to you. Does that make sense? Yes. Does that make sense to everybody? I'm gonna need a little bit of feedback from y'all, just a little bit. All right. Yes, ma'am.
And they asked you to step back and raise your hand?
No, that's just me, just to make sure. But you just step back and raise your hand, yeah. And like your area is not gonna be huge. So it's gonna be very small. So it's really not that much space for you to step back. So when I say step back, I mean just like step away from the chair, because it will be a chair at state board, not a bed. And it's gonna be chairs that recline, okay? And so you're just gonna step back and raise your hand, and that's it. And then you're gonna have raters that's gonna be coming by. Don't freak out. There's going to be 3 people in the room, okay? There's anywhere between 10 to 12 people taking this test at the same time as you, okay? Sometimes a little bit less, it just depends on the availability. Also, they're going to have 2 raters walking around, and then in the middle of the test, they're gonna swap areas, okay? So they're not rating the same people, okay? Just to make it fair. And then the other thing is you're gonna have the one person also watching the time, making sure that you guys are having the time that you need. And then they're gonna say, okay, you have 3 minutes remaining, you have 7 minutes remaining. So 2 people grading you, 1 person watching the time. And they're gonna introduce themselves in the beginning of the test to let you know who they are, okay? Any questions? Okay, go ahead and start.
Does anyone have any questions about the instructions I have just read to you?
No.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
The first section is pre-exam setup and disinfection. You will now have 10 minutes to unpack your supplies and put them in your assigned station. You will also take out the supplies you will need for the skin cleansing service section of the examination. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining.
You may begin. You may begin equates to sanitize your hands. But right now you can't sanitize your hands because everything you have is inside of this bag. But moving forward, everything that they say when they say you may begin means sanitize your hands. So this is my state board bag, okay? Everything that I need for this test is inside of this one bag. This is going to be my trash bag. It's also going to be my end of exam disinfection bag, and it's also going to be my state board kit bag, okay? So when they say you may begin, I'm going to open up my bag. I'm not going to place it on top of my station because my station has not been disinfected. I'm not going to place it in the chair because the chair has not been disinfected, okay? So it's going to remain on the floor. I'm going to open up my bag, and I'm going to take out, let's pretend my bottle is small. It just wouldn't fit in my bag. I'm going to take out my bag that says pre-exam setup and disinfection, pre-sanitized implements, okay? So I'm going to open up this bag. Then I'm going to take out a paper towel. and I'm going to disinfect my station. And that stay board is going to be a station right behind you, and it's going to be shelves down at the bottom. I'm also going to disinfect my bed. And just for the sake of space, I'm just going to disinfect the top portion, okay? I'm going to hold this in my hand, the paper towel. Now I can place my disinfectant on top of my station, and I can take my items out of my bag and place them on top of my bag. I'm going to take out my paper towel, my blood exposure kit. This label goes on here, so we're going to pretend that it's there. And my hand sanitizer. This is now trash, and it goes inside of this bag, okay? And I'm going to take out all the bags that I'm going to use for the test. Place them on top of my station. Now this becomes my trash bag, my personal trash bag, okay? There's going to be a hook on your station that stay board. So you're just going to put it right there on the hook. I don't have a hook, so I'm just going to put it right here. I hope it doesn't fall. Right there. I'm going to sanitize my hands. Okay. And now, everything that I'm going to use, I'm going to place these bags down at the bottom of my station on the shelves in the order that I'm going to use them from the last test to the first test. Why? That way, when they get ready to tell me what the next test is, the bag is already in front, okay? So that means I need to study my PSI. And the PSI, Candidate Information Bulletin, the CIB, that is your Bible to pass this test. Do not add to it, do not take away from it, do not contradict it. It tells you exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and the order to do it for you to pass. You study this and you will pass, okay? So, we're gonna do our Arbor Arch Service Mop Cold Wax. Is going to go last, and I'm gonna place them right here. This will be my extra, that's massager, my extra space, since I don't have a shelf. Mop Cold Wax, and then my tweezers, and then my massage, and then my mask pack, then my massage, and then my steam towel. I'm going to place the supplies that I'm going to use for the skin cleansing service bag on top of my station to be evaluated by my rater. What are they checking for? They're checking to make sure that they're not numbered and that they're labeled and in English, okay? And you will receive these labels phase 1 for your bags, okay? So, I'm ready. This is my setup. That is my pre-exam setup, pre-exam disinfection and setup. That's all that I have to do, okay? Before I raise my hand, I'm just gonna sanitize, and I'm gonna raise my hand. And now they're gonna grade me, okay? Based on what they saw. Any questions? No?
Will
Yes,
we
ma'am.
be provided with bowls, or?
You won't need a bowl.
We're using the towels?
You're using towels.
Okay.
You won't need a bowl. Any other questions? No? Okay. Let's go to the next one.
Pre-exam setup and disinfection.
I'm sorry, go down where it says facial
Facial
services.
services. Includes cleansing, steaming, massaging, and moisturizing. The next section is skin cleansing service. You will have 15 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 7 minutes remaining. You may begin.
You may begin. Sanitize my hands. And when I sanitize my hands, I need to also rub the sides of my wrist, okay? Need to roll it over, letting them know that I'm cleaning everything. Then I'm gonna open up my skin cleansing service bag. I'm gonna take out everything that I'm going to use for this test out of this bag. I can place a paper towel on top of the station before putting anything down. If it gets soiled, I just have to remember to replace it before I raise my hand, okay? But I don't have to disinfect the station again because it's already been disinfected. Everybody got that? Okay, so I'm gonna take out everything that I'm gonna use and place it on top of my station. I have my bobby pin, my sponges to remove, my towels, my my moisturizer, makeup remover, toner, and cleanser, a spatula, an extra towel, and my sheets, okay? That goes in my trash bag. Sanitize my hands, okay? My chair or bed, I'm gonna say bed because it's in my face, but my chair has already been pre-disinfected. So I'm going to open this up and place this on top of my station. I'm sorry, place it on top of my chair. Now, a stay board is gonna be a chair. So it's gonna be a flat sheet that you guys got inside of your kit, yes? That flat sheet is going to fit. Don't trip, it's gonna fit, So open it up all the way at stay board, tie a knot down at the bottom of the chair and a knot down at the top of the chair, but leave a little bit of give for her to actually sit down. Does that make sense? Okay, so I've draped my bed, okay? Now I'm going to assist my model onto the bed, but before I do that, I need to sanitize my hands before I touch her. Come over here. This is my model, and my model needs to have a light beat face. Light. Like light. Okay? Her brows don't need to be beat for the gods. You know, she doesn't need to have red lipstick on. She don't need no cut crease. She don't need no contouring. She need a cheap little lip gloss or even a tinted moisturizer for her lips, a little bit of blush. I wouldn't even have her put mascara on. One shade of eyeshadow, and that's it. And a tinted moisturizer. Don't conceal. Don't benign her underneath her eyes. None of that. She doesn't need any of that. She just needs a very light beat. No strips, no tabs, no eyelash extensions. Why? Because you have to put makeup remover on her eyes. And that's going to take off everything that she has on her eyelashes. Okay? Any questions on that one? Nope? All right. So I assisted my model onto the bed. Going to sanitize my hands. Now I'm going to drape her chest first. See how it says in order? It says sanitize your own hands, apply sheet over the chair, drapes model by layering drape towel over the chest. So I'm going to drape her chest first, and then I'm going to drape her head. Now you can use a towel or you can use your bodyography wrap, whichever one suits your fancy. Totally up to you as long as it's draped. Make sure that she goes with her hair pulled back in a bun, not a low bun because she has to rest her head, but a bun that's kind of like right in the apex, just right there, okay? Pull it all the way back. If she has all of this going on, just tell her to just mat it down, stick it down, put a clip on there, something. But try not to take anybody with big hair. And if they do have big hair, they're gonna have to condense that thing. Wet it down and put it in the bun for you. All of that needs to be out of the way, okay? We're gonna drape her head. I'm gonna put my bobby pin. Make sure that it's secure, okay? Sanitize my hands. And the 4 things that are gonna stay on top of my station throughout the whole process of the test are gonna be my paper towels, my blood exposure kit, my hand sanitizer, and my EPA, okay? Don't put those in the trash. They stay on there the whole time. Everybody got that? Okay.
We saw the recommended or mentioned that we should have Windex or something to clean up the nose because they only have one.
So if there's a mirror there, you can use Windex, but it's not in the PSI, so use your disinfectant. Remember, this is your Bible. Don't add to it, don't take away, don't contradict it. Windex is not one of the things that you need to pack, but disinfectant is, so you can use this to cleanse the mirror. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to open up my makeup remover, and they're already pre-moistened with makeup remover. My hands are clean, so I can go inside of this container as long as I put the lid back on top. Okay. Now I'm going to remove the makeup off of her what? Off of the eyes, okay? I'm gonna place them on the eyes and I'm gonna go down. 1, 2, 3. Flip them over and go out. 1, 2, 3. Everybody see that? 1, 2, 3. Flip them over, go out. 1, 2, 3. Throw it in the trash. Oh no. There we go. Sanitize my hands. Okay, now I'm going to remove the makeup off of her lips. And I won't need this anymore, so now I can throw it away. 1, 2, 3. Catch the other side. 1, 2, 3. She should be good to go. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize my hands. Now I'm going to cleanse her face. Okay, I'm going to open up my cleanser. Throw the top away. Going to take my spatula. If I'm using a container, I have to remove it with the spatula. If I'm using a squeezy bottle, I just open up the squeezy bottle, pour it in my hand, throw it in the trash, okay? So I'm gonna take all the cleanser that I'm going to use and place it on my hand, throw this in the trash, okay? I think. Gonna make sure that I emulsify it into my hands, okay? I'm going to apply, and this is our face and neck cleansing, okay? We're not doing the décolleté. Gonna swoop on the nose. And then whatever I have left on my palms is now gonna go on her forehead. I'm gonna come back down to the neck. Roll pat on the neck. Rock the boat on the chin. Scissor the lips. This is my effleurage movement of cleansing. Gonna come up the cheeks. Gonna come around the eyes. And then this last one, I'm going to butterfly the nose. Come up the nose. Cleanse the forehead. Go down to the temples and feather off. Take my paper towel. Get whatever excess I have on my hands off of my hands. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize my hands. And now I'm going to remove with my pre-moistened sponges, cotton rounds, SC wipes, whatever you choose to put in there, okay? These are gonna be pre-moistened when you go to State Board because they do have a sink. But if there's 12 people in the room, and if you go to the restroom and your time is still going, and everybody's in line trying to wet the sponges, now I'm using up time. So these are gonna be pre-moistened, all right? Now I'm gonna remove, just the same way that I applied it. Flip them over. Make sure that all traces of the cleanser is removed. Okay, throw it in the trash, sanitize my hand. Now, skin cleansing service test is the only test at State Board that allows you to spray the toner onto the face. That's the only one. All the rest of the tests, you have to apply with a cotton gauze or cotton round or a 2x2, okay? So, on this test, you can have it in one of your small spray bottles, sanitize your hands, pick it up, spray it on, throw it in trash, sanitize your hands again, okay? If you're not gonna use a spray bottle, you'll sanitize. You'll take the toner wipes, pre-moistened with toner, out of the container, throw it in the trash. You will use 2 hands to apply the toner onto the face. Throw it in the trash, sanitize your hands. If this is soiled, throw it away. Step back, raise your hands. The cleansing portion is done. Yes, ma'am.
The pre-moistened sponges, will they know they're pre-moist? It'll be labeled pre-moist?
No. They'll know that they're pre-moist because the ones that we have here, they expand when they're wet. And your SD wipes, they actually stick together when they're wet. And you want pre-moistened because you need water, because you won't be using a bottle of water and you won't be using a bowl of water, okay? Everything that you have inside of the State Board kit, it's almost like doing it manually. There's no machine, there's no modalities, no high frequency, none of that. So you have to show them that you know how to do it like if you didn't have any of this extra advanced stuff. Yes, ma'am.
When you have started and you put the paper towel on the section, do you have to do that?
No, it's optional. It's optional. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know the question, but like when you take them, pre-moist them, how should you package them? Like, should you put them
So you'll
in
get
a
zippy
small-
bags, little small zippy bags of the pre-moistened ones. They don't have to be labeled, but they'll be in the small Ziploc bags. Okay, so they don't get everything else wet. Because they're not dripping wet, they're just moist.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
The sponges, in regards to the eye area, when
Mhm.
removing the gel,
Mhm.
the cleansing product,
Mhm.
how are you actually passing the sponges through the eyes? I always thought like not to because they're kind of harsh
On the
eyes.
makeup remover? Oh,
Yeah,
when I
right.
removed the cleanser? No, I went around the eyes
Around
like
the
this.
eyes?
Mhm.
Okay.
I went around the
And
eyes.
then we were taught that when we are going through the sponges under the neck, we flip it before we go to the face. Is that
So
correct?
you'll use the sponges over the whole face to remove it. When you do your second pass, you'll flip them over and cleanse everything.
Okay.
Okay?
Can you have more than 2?
Yeah. Just in case you got butterfingers, you can have more than 2. Yeah. But only pack 2 if you're like the type of person where you feel like you're clumsy or you have butterfingers or you're a little extra nervous. And it's okay to be nervous because if you're not nervous, then it's not pulling you to greatness. So it's okay to be a little nervous. Okay? If you're not nervous, we have an issue, we have a problem. Might need to have a come Jesus conversation. But if you're gonna drop it, it's okay to take 2. You don't have to use 2. It's okay to flip them over is what State Board is saying. So take 2 if you want to, but don't create more work for yourself that you don't have to. Because your objective is to get in, take care of this test, and bounce out, get your passing paper, and wait for your license to come in. Everybody got it? Any other questions on the skin cleansing service? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just wanna get a little detail.
Okay.
You say you can take 1 and 2, but okay, say I do my little words and I feel like it's more product. Can I take another 2 and
Absolutely, because you need
Okay,
to
so I
remove
can't.
all the cleanser off of the face.
Okay, I'm just making.
So if there's still residue left over, you have to remove all of it. That's why I say you can either flip it over. So that means don't go crazy with the cleanser. Don't take Dermaclay cleanser, take Ultra Calming. If you take special cleansing gel, be mindful of it. Might want to dilute it a little bit because that stuff is thick, okay? And if you use too much, it gets even thicker. So take you a very light cleanser. Even if you want to, you can actually cleanse with the pre-cleanse if you want to. It's totally up to you. But you're gonna be doing this on a live person. So keep that in mind because you're gonna be giving them a mini facial anyway. During the cleansing portion, when you remove the makeup, if this gets dirty or soiled, it needs to be replaced. So you need to put an extra towel inside of your skin cleansing service bag. So if there's any type of makeup around the edges, it needs to be replaced, okay? Same thing with the wrap.
Is this immediately or like that's the final thing?
Before you raise your hand, you need to replace it. Yes, ma'am.
No, that was, yeah.
That was your question? Skin cleansing service involves you draping the bed and the model and cleansing the skin. I think sometimes when we go through state board, we think that the pre-exam setup, because it really just makes sense for pre-exam setup means to set up your bed. But the draping of the chair is not in the pre-exam setup portion. It's in the skin cleansing portion of the test, okay? So study your PSI, all right? So
Okay,
we,
quick question. So you say the first cleanser, we don't have to flip the sponge over for this part, but the second time we go and do it, we have to flip the sponge?
you're only cleansing once. I was talking about the removal part. So when you get ready to remove, you can flip it, remove everything with one side, go back down to the chin, flip it over, and then remove everything with that side. But some people were saying they wanted an extra
So-
set of sponges,
Oh.
which you can do that.
You're saving one end of the sponge in case your first pass doesn't remove everything.
Right. Any other questions on the skin cleansing service portion of the exam? Okay, yes ma'am. It's okay.
And then, the makeup removal and cleansing
Mhm.
is in the same product?
The makeup, you can use pre-cleanse for both.
Yeah.
You can, to be honest with you. It's totally up to you. But we're not doing a double cleanse at State Board. Say it with me. We are not doing a double cleanse at State Board. One cleanse, okay? No double cleanse. Everybody got it? Okay, so I sanitize my hands, I step back, I raise my hand, my rater came by, he checked me, but I have to wait till everybody finishes. So that girl that went to that no-name school over there, she's been a long time, she's still removing, but she has like 7 minutes left, so I have to wait for her to finish. So I'm just sitting there, right? So try not to pay attention to what other people are doing because you don't know what their school taught them. Do you know what this school taught you? Yes, because my passing rate is 90 or higher. Love's passing rate is 90 or higher. That's for nighttime and daytime students for me. That's for daytime students for Miss Love. So pay attention to what we're telling you. You know how horses, how they win the race? Because their tunnel vision is right here. They have blinders on. They're not paying attention to the horse to the right. They're not paying attention to the horse to the left. All they see is the finish line. And that's why they're able to go and go and go. So I just need you to put your blinders on. I know she didn't even cleanse it right. She didn't do roll pad or nothing. It's okay. Just keep it moving. Okay? Any other questions on skin cleansing service? Yes,
In
ma'am.
your opinion, during the exam,
Mhm.
right, you said they can wear white makeup.
Mm-hmm.
In your opinion, what do you think is easier to use, the pre-cleanse or the cleansing gel? As you know, we're trained to use both, but in your opinion, just so it can go faster.
What would you recommend?
To remove the makeup?
Yes.
So you're only gonna remove the makeup off the eyes and the lips. So go ahead and go ahead and use your special cleanser. I'm sorry, pre-cleanse. And then as your cleanser, you can use the Ultra Calming cleanser or you can use a special cleansing gel. Totally up to you.
Okay.
Yep, on the whole face. Totally up to you. Yes, ma'am.
So if you finish like early, like before like everybody, that's
Mhm.
like kind of too early, will they take off points?
No, there's no such thing as too early, but you do want to take your time because how much time do you have to take this test? 15 minutes. It's not gonna take you 15 minutes to cleanse her because we're not even doing a double cleanse. So don't do it in like 5 minutes. Take your time. You have enough time. Just don't go over the 15 minutes, okay? There is a clock. There is a clock inside of the room. And speaking of which, I'm glad you mentioned that. If you have a smart watch, you cannot wear it, okay? To stay bored. Even a Fitbit, you can't wear it to stay bored because it's considered a digital device, okay? So you have to take a regular watch, which is a regular old analog digital watch. Just one of them, okay? Can't use your cell phone, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so let's go to the next one. Read where it says, candidates, please stop working.
Okay, candidates, please stop working. The next section is,
All scoring.
oh, that one there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, all scoring has been completed for this section. We will now proceed to the next section of the examination. You will now have 2 minutes to take out the supplies you will need for the face and neck steaming service section of the examination. Please place your Ziploc bag on top of your workstation to be evaluated by your rater.
Again, they're gonna give you 2 minutes to take out this bag. It's not gonna take you 2 minutes. Why? Because you've already put all your bags in order in which you're gonna use them from the last test to the first test. So you may begin, sanitize your hands, turn around, not turn around, but because your station will be right there. Grab it from underneath, face and neck steaming service bag, place it on top of my station to be evaluated by my rater. Again, they're going by to check, make sure everybody's labeled in English and it's not numbered, okay? This is going to be a pre-moistened steam towel. Is it gonna be hot? No. It's gonna be a little cold? Yes. So tell your model, girl, don't trip, don't jump, cause you look, you know you're dramatic. So when I put this cold towel on your face, just relax, okay?
Pretend it's hot.
Yeah, it's not gonna be hot. Pretend it's hot. And do a run through with her before you go, so she'll know how to react. She can't talk to you. You can only give her general instructions. Lift your head up, lean your head back, sit down, etc., etc. Okay? So they've checked everybody's bag. Then they're going to say, where it says candidates, where it says candidates, please stop working.
The next section is,
Candidates, please stop
Please
working.
stop working.
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
Uh-huh.
The next section is face and neck steaming service on the model. You will have 5 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 3 minutes remaining. You may begin.
You may begin. You have to wait for them to say you may begin. Don't be jumping the gun. And then they're gonna be like, you will be informed when you got 5 minutes remaining. That's all they hear. You jump the gun. Wait for them to say you may begin. Sanitize your hands. Rub it real good. Open up your bag. Take your towel out. Throw it in the trash. Okay? You're going to first, after you take it out, you're going to wring it. Okay? But it's no water's gonna come out because it's not super wet. It's just moist. So wring it. After you wring it, then you're going to open it up and you're gonna test it in the inside of your wrist. Okay? Then you're going to crisscross it to make it a W. Okay? At the bottom of the W is what's gonna go on her neck. And then you're gonna drape everything else around it. You're gonna make sure that everything is covered except for her nostrils. Okay? You're gonna hold it down just a little bit. Then you're going to open it up like so. And then you're gonna come around and you're going to remove. We don't need to do any of this. Because we're not removing anything. Everything has already been removed. So, take it out of the bag, wring it out, open it up, test it, make your W. Bottom of the W goes in the neck. Place it over her face, hold it down, open up, and remove. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize your hands, step back, and raise your hand. That's gonna be the easiest test, and if y'all fail it, I'm beating everybody up. Yes, ma'am. Choose first.
Which way you take it off?
No, left or right, doesn't matter.
Bring it over the station or over, it doesn't matter where you bring it.
Just on the side, but no water's gonna come out. So don't be up there doing this. I mean, trying to strong arm it, you know, because you're gonna wring it before you go really to get all the water out. You're just gonna put it back in the bag, okay? But you need to show them that you're wringing, and then opening, testing, and then putting on the skin. Any questions on the steaming portion of the test? Okay. Sanitize my hands. I've raised my hands. We'll now proceed to the next one. Candidates, please stop working. All scoring has been completed for this portion of the examination. We will now proceed to the next portion of the examination, which will be.
You will now have 2 minutes to take out the supplies you'll need for the face and neck massaging service section of the examination. Please place your Ziploc bag on top of your workstation to be evaluated by your rater. You may begin.
Sanitize my hands. Face and neck massaging. Place it on my station. They've gone around and checked everybody. Candidates, please stop working. We will now proceed to the next portion of the examination, which will be the face and neck massaging portion of the examination. You will have, what does it say? 15 minutes to complete this section, which involves applying massage cream and performing manipulations. You will be informed when you have 7 minutes remaining. Notice that they didn't tell you which type of massage manipulations. That's your job to know that, okay? But you have to do the effleurage, the pasteurisage, and the tapoment in that order without pulling the skin, and it has to be a smooth transition between the two, or between each one. Everybody got that? So, you may begin. Sanitize my hands. It's for those of you who want to use a paper towel. Okay, have my massage cream, my spatula, and my Esthero-Wipes to remove. Throw it in trash, sanitize my hands, open up my massage cream, labeled massage cream, okay? It must be labeled, just like the toner was labeled, just like the remover was labeled. Everything's going to be labeled. Take the top off, take my massage. I'm gonna scoop out all this massage cream because I can't work out of my kit. And I didn't bring an extra spatula, okay? Can't work out of containers. So I'm gonna scoop out all of my massage cream. Okay, gonna throw that in the trash. Okay, gonna apply. Now what's the name of this test? Face and neck massage, okay? But obviously you can't do pasteurisage on the neck. But you can do tapoment and you can do effleurage. But you can't do pasteurisage. Not the pasteurisage that we're gonna show you, okay? So, we're gonna apply. Put it on the nose. And we're gonna go down to the neck. We're gonna do our effleurage. Okay, roll pad is a form of effleurage. Basically, whatever we did in the skin cleansing portion is what we're gonna do in the massage portion, okay? Scissor the lips. We're just gonna slow it down just a little bit. Okay, come around her nose and the eyes. You can take your hands, your thumbs here, go over the nose just a little bit. Come up the nose.
Can we butterfly the nose?
Yes, you can. Okay. Go to the temple, go back down. Now, this is where it may get tricky for some of you. You're gonna do effleurage, pasteurisage, tapoment a minimum of 3 times, okay? Why? Because there's gonna be 10, 12 people in there. So you want them to be able to catch you at least 1 time, okay? At least a minimum of 3 times, okay? So you do your effleurage. And let's talk about this nail business. Don't you take them long claw nails to stay bored. It needs to be no more than 1 inch length as far as your free edge on your nails. No more than 1 inch. And 1 inch is long. Yeah. But that's what Stay Bored says you can have. So be smart about that. Cut them down to 1/4.
So on that, it needs to be your natural nail, no acrylic, right?
Right. Okay, now I'm going to go into my pasteurisage, okay? Now, we're not gonna pinch on the neck. It's kinda hard, because some people got extra neck, and you can't really get to it. So, we're just gonna pasteurisage both sides. We're gonna leave this at the temple, come back around, go in, come out, leave that at the temple, come up the nose, marry them together in the middle of the forehead, and then they get a divorce. And then go back down, okay? Pasteurisage to the right, pasteurisage to the left. Gonna come up the nose, marry in the middle, and then they get a divorce. And then you can go 1, 2, 3 at the temples, and then go back down. Last pasteurisage. Why are we doing it 3 times?
So they can see it.
So you can see it at least once. Okay, now we're going into tapoment. Out, in, on that last out, leave that left hand there, tapoment up the forehead, marry together, and remove. 1, 2, 3, go back down. In, out, come up, marry, divorce, have some kids, get the house, tapoment, in, out, 1, 2, 3, and feather off, okay? Get you a paper towel. Wipe off the excess product. Does anyone have any questions on Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi? Sarah?
So you did, like Epilaross Petra Coatment, like 3 passes each
Mm-hmm.
in that one, like 3 Epilaross.
3 Petra Sauce and 3 Tapomi.
I thought it was like, it was best to do, like Epilaross Petra Sauce Coatment and then do that again in that order.
So you have some schools that teach it that way. Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi, and then again, Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi. But what if they didn't catch you in between one of those Petra Sauce, and they think that you skipped from Epilaross to Tapomi? If you do Epilaross 3 times, and then you do the Petra Sauce 3 times, they have caught maybe Epilaross number 1, maybe Petra Sauce number 3, and Tapomi number 1. But they still saw you do Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If it doesn't make sense, tell me.
No, like it makes sense. I'm just like confused on what I heard.
Okay.
Is it
Because I thought when we did this class
Mm-hmm.
and like the video I took, I
Mhm.
thought you said do Epilaross Petra Sauce Coatment, Epilaross Petra Sauce Coatment, you know, but now you're saying like
Show me the video. I probably did.
I'm probably mistaken. I don't know.
Show me the video. Okay. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but show me the video. I know that some instructors teach Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi 1 and then 2 and then 3. I just feel like it's easier for you to do Epilaross 3 times, Petra Sauce 3 times, and then Tapomi 3 times.
Yes.
So they can like catch you.
Yeah.
Because when you do like Epilaross and like do the 3 individually over and over, if they catch an Epilaross and then your Tapomi, even though they might see you do Petra Sauce later, they're just like, wait, you didn't do it in the correct order?
No, not necessarily. I just feel like they have a better chance of seeing you do it in that order than doing Epilaross EPT once, EPT twice, EPT 3rd time. It's just what I think. Now, if you guys, there's no, in that order, they have to be in that order. Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi. If it makes you feel comfortable to do EPT, number 1, EPT twice, EPT 3 times, then do that. If it makes you feel comfortable doing Epilaross 3 times, Petra Sauce 3 times, Tapomi 3 times, then do it in that order. But you still did it, Epilaross Petra Sauce Tapomi. Does that make sense? Because you still followed the protocol that they're telling you to follow. Okay? So whichever one works for you. My class, today when we do the eval, I just want you to do it 1 time. Because I can watch all of y'all. So just do it 1 time.
One
Okay.
time the 3
Yeah.
different ones?
EPT, 1 time.
One and one.
Yeah, Epilaross 1 time, Petra Sauce 1 time, Tapomi 1 time. Okay, just do it 1 time. Cause that's gonna cut down on some time.
What,
Yes, ma'am.
what if you need to add water because you didn't put enough massage cream?
I did put enough.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't?
Yeah. You know how you know you put enough? Because you have slip and slide when you're doing your Epilaross Petra Sauce and Tapomi. So do not take Dermalogicus massage cream, with that being said. And if you are gonna take Dermalogicus massage cream, then you need to put some type of moisturizing oil mixed in with that so you can have a little bit of slip, because that stuff is thick. That's one of the reasons why they're doing away with it and they're reformulating it.
Can
Okay?
you use an
So
oil?
what would
pretty
you
thick.
recommend for us to take?
You can take the massage cream, just put a little bit of oil in there.
Okay.
Okay? Or you can take a regular lotion, something that you're going to help, or you could just take an oil, as long as there's some type of, has to be a cream base, but mix that oil with some type of cream base. Does that make sense?
So like a lavender essential oil?
Yeah, that's fine. But it needs to be a massage cream. Yeah.
Okay, so, like, you have to have the same movement, like, for instance, the Petra Sauce, you were doing the pinching,
Mm-hmm.
so do you have to do that same movement throughout the, or can you not?
No. So this is another form of a Petra Sauce movement, okay? You will not do Petra Sauce on the first run and then change it up and do this one. You will stay with the same Petra Sauce movement, the same Tapomi movement, the same Epilaross movement. Everybody got that? Okay. So now I'm gonna sanitize my hands, my pre-moistened wipes, okay? I'm gonna remove everything off of the skin. Flip them over. Make sure I get all the residue. Check the nostrils, okay? All of that needs to be removed. Gonna throw them in my personal trash bag, sanitize my hands, okay? Step back and raise my hands. Any questions on the effleurage, petrissage, and taponement? Okay, so we're not done with the facial, so we only done massage. So there's no moisturizer, there's no toner in this part, right? So the next step is going to be, that's okay.
Candidates, please stop working. All scoring is complete for this section. We'll now proceed to the next section of the examination. You will now have 2 minutes to take out the supplies you will need for the mask pack and moisturizing service section of the examination. Please place your Ziploc bag on top of your workstation to be evaluated by your reader. You may begin.
Sanitize, roll them around, mask pack and moisturizing, place it on my station. They checked everybody. Okay, here we go. Candidates, please stop working.
The next, The next section is mask pack and moisturizing service. You will have 15 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 7 minutes remaining. You may begin.
Sanitize my hands. Take everything that I'm going to use for this test and place it on top of my station in the order that I'm going to use it. Why in the order that I'm going to use it? So you will be like, oh, what comes next? It's already there. So you just pick it up and look at it. Boom, it comes next. Okay? So I have my moisturizer. I have my mask pack. I have my toner. But you're not going to do that and stay bored. Don't sing it out like I just did it. Like, say it in your head. Okay? I have my pre-moistened SD wipes. I have my mask, my fan brush, and I have my spatula. Throw this in the trash. Sanitize my hands. All right. Got my fan brush. This is going to be labeled mask. I had to get a new container. Mine is not labeled mask, but yours will be labeled mask. And this is going to be your bowl. That's why you don't need a bowl at Stay Board. So if you're going to use the little cups with the lids that we have here at the school, or if you're going to use your containers that came in your kit, this is going to stay in your hand throughout the entire time that you're applying the mask. It's okay to double dip, Stay Board says, because this is her mask and this is her bowl, and this is the only person that you're going to use it on, as long as it stays in your hand. Once you put it down on the table, now it's cross-contamination. Does that make sense? So it has to stay in your hand at all times. Then take the top off. I'm gonna throw the top, just because I don't want to mess up my bag. But don't do this at Stay Board. When you go to Stay Board, go ahead and throw the top in the trash. Okay, gonna dip my mask. And your mask needs to be opaque in color. What does that mean? It means it can be transparent. You can't use colloidal mask. Okay? If you want to use colloidal mask, drop a little bit of food coloring in there. Okay? Just a tad bit. But it needs to be a mask of color. So if you're going to take a woman of color, then a white mask is okay. If you're going to take a woman that's not of color, a white mask is okay, but you have to put enough for them to be able to see it. If they have the type of skin that sucks up everything, then a white mask is not the way to go. You can use a multivitamin power recovery mask. Do not take plankton mask. Do not take charcoal mask. Do not take a grainy mask. Take a very light, soothing mask to Stay Bored. Any questions on the mask? Okay. We're going to apply this in a figure 8. And we're only doing the face. Go in, grab a little bit more. Remember, I can double dip.
Do we have to do figure 8?
Yes. Uh-huh. Okay, go down on the nose. Notice how I came down on the nose? I didn't go down on the nose like this. I turned it just like this and went down on the nose like that. Now I can go like this. And then go across the lips. Make sure I have the chin. Okay? We're painting. That's all you're doing is painting. But this is what you can't do. Okay? That's why it needs to be a figure 8. You have to make sure that you glide it. So practice your figure 8 movements. Okay, down on the nose, here. Once the mask is on, I'm good. Okay, throw it in trash, sanitize my hands. Next step is going to be the removal process. The mask doesn't need to sit for 10 minutes. We're on a time restraint. So now we're going to remove her mask. Okay,
So normally it needs to be more opaque than that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, gonna flip her over. We'll flip my wipes over. Okay. If I feel like she still has mask left, don't do this as they work. You're not gonna have no scissors. Make sure you pack enough. Because you always want to keep 2 hands on your clients at all times. Go ahead and remove all of the mask residue. If the drape that's on her head drape, has any type of mask on it, then you need to change it with an extra towel that's inside of your bag. Okay? Does that make sense?
What if we use our extra towel on the first place with the
So
makeup?
you have a total of 5 towels total. 1, 2, and in this bag you have an extra one that makes 3, right? And then you'll have a 4th one inside of your steam towel, and then your 5th one will go inside of your mask pack bag. So that'll be a total of 5 towels. So 1 extra one inside of your skin cleansing service bag, and the other extra one will be inside of your mask pack. Does that make sense? Okay. So I've just removed, sanitized my hands. Now remember, only test number 1, skin cleansing service test, is the only test that lets you spray the toner on. So now I have to apply the toner using what? SD wipes. Okay? So I'm opening it up, gonna take out my pre-moistened toners, little toner 2x2s. Okay? Apply it to her skin. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize my hands and apply her moisturizer. Because it's in a container, I have to use a spatula to remove it. I'm just gonna remove a little bit. I'm going to apply my moisturizer like so. That's it. It doesn't need to be, we're not doing none of that. Okay? It doesn't need to be like massage into the skin. Apply it. Okay? After you apply it, give it once, smooth over to make sure that you have it all over the skin. Feather off. Wipe your hands off with your paper towel. This is soiled, so I need to throw it away. Sanitize my hands. And now I'm done. If this got messed up in any way on the mask pack, change it out before I raise my hand. Any questions on the mask pack?
What if you changed it from the beginning?
Say it again?
If you changed it for the makeup, and we only have that extra in this stuff on the mask.
So you shouldn't have, you should still have 1 left because you have a total of 5 towels. Does that make sense? So you changed it for the skin cleansing because it got dirty in the skin cleansing. So that means it's clean for the actual steaming. It's clean for the moisturizer because the moisturizer is white, but it's gonna get dirty again in the mask pack. So it's clean for when I start the mask pack, but it got dirty at the end of the mask pack, but now I have an extra towel in the mask pack bag to make it clean. So on the next 2 tests that I'm gonna do it, now I have a clean head drape. Does that make sense? Yes, ma'am.
So if we use the headband and it got dirty, it's okay to just switch to a towel?
Yes. You can use a headband or a towel.
Can you flip the headband over?
No. Her question was, can you flip it over? No, it needs to be clean. Any other questions?
You like just touch like the towel or the skin as long as there's no product on it.
Yeah, you can touch it with your hands if you want to.
Well, no, 'cause sometimes when you do the forehead, like your hands touch it, but there's no product on it. So I don't know if they would be like, oh, you touched it.
So they visibly see residue, or if it's wet, soiled, it needs to be replaced. Yes, ma'am.
So this is a bit much, but they have those disposable like head things,
Mhm.
little head wraps.
Mhm.
Could you like just change it every?
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Okay.
It's overkill.
Okay.
1, because we want to work smarter, not harder.
Okay.
That's going to be more work for us. You already have a lot of stuff to remember in between these tests. Sanitize your hands. Wipe it this way. Effleurage petrol sauce. Pull it out. Use a spatula. Don't add. Don't take away. Don't contradict. Yes, ma'am.
Does the headband have to be white?
No. It'll be whatever color you want it to be.
Okay.
As long as it's a head wrap, head drape, towel, either or, okay? Any questions? Now those head wraps, you gotta be careful because sometimes the Velcro is so old, it just pops out, or her head is just so big. So you need to find one that's going to actually work. Now, I would suggest you do get the ones that snap so that it can stay secure, okay? Or if you get the one that's Velcro, go ahead and still take you a bobby pin. The ones that stretch and go over the head, that's too much. You gotta tell her to go this, and then bring that down and bring that back. No, just have her lift, come around, snap, Velcro, boom, you ready to go, okay? Now, you asked if they needed to be white. The answer was no, but I am gonna say this. No need to draw attention to yourself. Don't go in there with a Confederate flag headband, or go in there with a neon orange headband, or walk in there with, you know, a polka dot headband. Not a headband like you would wear to accessorize. It needs to be an aesthetic-based spa head wrap. Everybody got that? Aesthetic-based spa head wrap. All right, so next one.
Okay, you will now have 2 minutes to take out the supplies you will need for the eyebrow art service using tweezers section of the examination. Please place your Ziploc bag on top of your workstation to be evaluated by your rater. You may begin.
No, keep reading.
Once all bags have been placed on the workstation, please say candidates, please stop working. The next section is eyebrow art service using tweezers. You will have 10 minutes to complete this section. You'll be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. When you have completed the section, please raise your hand so the rater can check the removed hairs that have been placed on the cotton and gauze.
Okay. So you're going to be tweezing someone's brow. So the person that you take, she cannot have a fresh brow job. Okay? She needs some hairs underneath there. So if her eyebrows look like mine, don't take her. Because you can't see these. Lydia, can you see my brows? Okay. You need to be able to see her brows from that far. So take someone with some nice, thick, good brows, like Ronald McDonald brows, but they look nice on the top, just on the bottom. Okay, so she needs to wait like a week or two before she gets her brows done. And just tell her, you know, thanks so much for being my model. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, do your brows for you as a gift. You know, something. You know, people always want something for doing something for people. Okay, so you're going to tweeze a minimum, it has to be a minimum of 6 hairs from underneath one brow. One brow. Okay, so if you're right-handed, do the right brow. If you're left-handed, do the left brow. Does that make sense? And I'll show you why it makes sense as far as how your hand placement needs to be. Now, in this bag, we're going to use gloves because blood may be drawn when I get ready to tweeze the hairs out. However, in our Mock Cold Wax bag, there are no gloves because we're using mock wax, which is Vaseline. But in the real world, we teach you to use gloves when you're waxing. At Stay Board, you will not. Those are one of those little things that I tell you may differ from between Spa Techniques and Stay Board, okay? So in this bag, we will use gloves. I'm gonna sanitize my hands. Open up my bag. Take out everything that I'm going to use. Have my tweezers, have my SD wipe, okay, have my astringent and my antiseptic, and I have my gloves. Throw my bag away, sanitize my hands. I'm going to first use my antiseptic to cleanse the brow area, okay? Trash, sanitize hands. Then I'm going to place my gloves on. So when you do that, because these gloves are a little tricky when your hands are wet, just put a little hand sanitizer on. Don't put a lot. Don't push that thing all the way down. Just push it just a little bit to sanitize your hands, okay? Place my gloves on. Yes, ma'am.
I know sometimes I have a habit of trying to dry the sanitizer, so I go like this.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. You can do that. Just put a little bit though. Okay. Now I'm going to place, it can be a cotton round, it could be a 4x4, either or, okay? Place this on the side of her. And now I'm going to tweeze, holding the skin taut on the bottom part of her brow, not up here. I'm gonna place it here, okay? And I'm gonna tweeze in the direction that the hair grows. Her hair doesn't grow straight up, so I'm not gonna tweeze like this, okay? I'm gonna tweeze at a 45-degree angle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're feeling froggy, go one more. 7. Boom. Just in case one of them fall. Okay? Now I'm going to leave this here. All right? Don't throw it away. I'm going to throw this in the trash. And I'm going to heal her skin now using the astringent.
You have to throw the tweezers away?
I'm sorry?
Oh.
Yeah, the whole bag
Oh,
goes
yeah.
home with you. Gonna take off my gloves, my paper towel, sanitize my hands, and I'm going to raise my hand. But my cotton round or cotton gauze stays right here, so they can come by and check the hairs. Keep your hand up until they come to you. Once they come over and they check the hairs on your cotton round or your cotton gauze, throw it in the trash, sanitize your hands. Everybody got that? If you feel like you're gonna be clumsy and it's gonna fall right here off the side of her, then place it on top of your station, okay? Everybody got that? Did y'all hear what I said about that? Okay.
Are
Yes,
they
ma'am.
checking that you're like shaping the brow? Or
No,
like, just
that you're properly removing the hair in the direction that it grows, holding the skin taut, and that you're removing at least 6 hairs.
The hairs have to be from underneath?
They have to be from underneath. Why does the hair have to be from underneath the brow? Because that's where your arch comes from.
Oh.
Your arch comes from underneath, not on top. We got the golden arches, like that. But then you come to America, they're the golden arcs. They're like this. Let it go. Come to America. Any questions on the tweezing portion? Yes, ma'am.
So you had a total of 2 astringents?
I had 1 2x2 in my astringent container and 1 2x2 in my antiseptic container. Any other questions? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Can you just really quick, after you tweeze the hair, you do the astringent and the antiseptic?
So you're gonna first cleanse the skin with the antiseptic, and then once you do the service, then you're going to heal the skin with the astringent.
Antiseptic, tweeze, astringent.
Did you notice how when I put my gloves on and when I took my gloves off? Your gloves are put on after you've cleansed the skin. It tells you right there in that step. Okay? Sanitize own hands using hand sanitizer. Sanitizes eyebrows area with antiseptic. Wears gloves or finger cuts or arching portion of the procedure. Holds skin taut while tweezing the hairs. Removes at least 6 hairs following the natural growth pattern of the hair. Applies astringent to treated area and of the eyebrow.
And they don't read that to you, right? Like,
No.
We should just know that.
Right. Any questions? Okay. Sanitize my hands. I'm all done. Next portion.
You will now have 2 minutes to take out the supplies you'll need for the eyebrow arch service using mop cold wax section of the examination. Please place your Ziploc bag on top of your workstation to be evaluated by your reader.
Sanitize my hands. Rub the wrist. Okay. Grab my bag. Place it on my top of my station. They've checked everybody. The girl over there still looking for her bag when it's the last bag left. I don't understand. Put it on the station. They've already checked. We're good to go. Let's get started.
The next section is eyebrow arch service using mock cold wax on the model. You will have 10 minutes to complete the section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. Models will be dismissed altogether at the end of the section once all scoring has been completed.
Models will be dismissed at the end of this section once all scoring has been completed. So tell your homegirl, sit tight. When I'm done, don't trip. Wait for them to tell you to leave. Okay? Sanitize your hands. Now you can do paper towels that are already perforated, or you can do a roll of paper towel, whichever one is easier for you. I have my 4x4, my antiseptic, my mock wax, my astringent, my strips, and my spatula. Throw them in the trash. Don't sing to yourself and stay bored. Sanitize your hands. Okay? So my first step is going to be to cleanse the area with antiseptic. Now I'm going to do the left brow. Okay? Throw it in trash. Sanitize my hands. Then I'm going to pat the brow area dry. Not rub it, not scrub it, but pat it. It says pat. Pat, pat, pat. throw it in the trash. Because in the real world, the skin needs to be dry in order for you to put the wax on the skin, okay? Even though we're mocking it using Vaseline, you still have to go through the motions, all right? Now I'm going to grab my mock Vaseline or my mock wax, which is Vaseline, okay? Gonna get a little scoop, throw it in trash. Gonna hold the skin taut on the side. I'm gonna do one swoop, just one, okay? Because in the real world, you would not be waxing somebody like this, okay? So one swoop. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize my hands. Place my strip right on top. 1, 2, 3. Hold the skin taut and remove it in the opposite direction. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize my hands. Now I'm going to heal the skin by using my astringent. Remove any excess. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize my hands. Take everything that I used. Throw it in trash. Sanitize my hands. Step back and raise your hand. Any questions on the mock wax? No? Alrighty then. Let's go to the next one.
Models, thank you for your participation. This concludes your involvement in the examination. You are released to exit the testing facility at this time.
Okay, stop right there. So, I'll sanitize my hands. I'll undrape her chest. I'll undrape her head. And I will assist her out of the chair, okay? Assist her out of the chair. And then she leaves, okay? So now the only person that's in there is you guys and the raters. This stays on the chair because it is a part of your end of exam disinfection. So when you assist your model off of the chair, do not take this off. Leave this on, okay? Keep reading.
The last section is end of exam disinfection. You will have 10 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 5 minutes remaining. You may begin.
It's time to go, boss. Sanitize your hands. Untie that sheet. Throw it in the trash. Take that blood exposure kit. Throw it in the trash. Get you some paper towels. Spray your bed, your chair, top and bottom, okay? Spray the inside, because you don't have any bags left. Okay, they've all been used. Spray the inside. Get that. Take you one paper towel that you need for the top. Throw the rest of them in the trash. Spray your station. Throw that in the trash. Wipe that off. Did you see how I switched hands right there?
Yeah.
Okay. This
So
was
like you
here.
sanitize
I have my
your
paper towel. I picked this up. I sprayed. I threw it in the trash. I switched hands. Wipe it off. Throw it in the trash. Sanitize. It's a done deal. It's a wrap. I'm done. Step back. Raise your hand. They're going to check everybody. Once they check everybody, they're going to say, everyone please, wait here for just a moment. We'll be back. They're going to call you one by one. After they call you one by one, they're going to give you paper. Maggie, I know it's not your last name, so I'm just going to say Maggie. Miss Maggie, thank you so much. They're going to give you paper and walk you right on out the door. Literally, right on out the door. You're going to open up the paper. It's going to say pass. And you're just going to sit at home. You're just going to wait for the license to roll on in. Any questions on State Board? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for your models, since you're gonna be draping them, should you have them wear like a strap shirt or like a tube top or something so like they don't have to like?
No, because we're not doing décolleté. We're only doing face and neck. Yep. Yes. So you need to be in all black. Okay. It says professional attire.
Can you wear a coat, like an esthetician coat?
Yeah, you can wear a esthetician coat. You can wear black scrubs. You can wear gray scrubs. We tell you guys to go ahead and just rock your all black. Make it easy for yourself, because if you have anxiety and it kicks in, you might get a little flustered. So I know with scrubs, it helps to keep you cool because of the material. So if you want, go ahead and purchase you some scrubs and wear scrubs there. Make it easy for yourself. Okay, but it needs to be professional attire. What does that mean? Do not wear athletic leggings. Okay? Don't go in there with your Adidas workout outfit on, or your Nike workout outfit, or your pink workout outfit. It needs to be professional attire. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, do we need to tell our model we're all black as well?
No, your model can wear whatever she wants.
And one more question, please.
Whatever she wants within reason. I say, okay.
And then,
into it,
Mm-hmm.
the disinfectant stuff, we can go ahead and put all of our paper towels out at that time, right?
Yes, once you disinfect the station first. Yes. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
While you're doing the mask, you didn't put it on the neck, right? Just the face.
Right.
Okay.